So I got to close. Just a couple studies show that Christians are constantly, so this is technical. Oaths are when you use the Lord's name and you speak out loud. So we don't think oaths are if you're saying in your head, let's take marriage. In your head you go, I promise to be the husband to this woman. You did not take an oath. The oath has to be out loud, using the Lord's name, and it has to be public, that is known to other people. Okay? So, it turns out that many Christians are taking oaths all the time because you are using the Lord's name in vain. You driving down the street, someone cuts you off, you say, God, them. You just took an oath. You used the Lord's name in vain, you said it out loud, and you asked God to destroy them. You're at work. One of your workers does something, you say, God, help me get revenge on them. You just took an oath. You brought the Lord's name in, you verbalized it, you came home to your wife, God help me, I'm never talking to that worker again. You just took an oath. You used God's name, you said it out loud, it's now solidified. You made that oath. You get mad at your kids, and you say, oh, God, you know, and you say something, you use the Lord's name, you say it out loud, and now you said something you shouldn't have said. And you're guilty. Studies have also shown that lots of Christians have tremendous guilt about oaths and vows that they took in the past that they did not fulfill. And they feel guilty. In fact, there definitely was a vow that I made long ago to the Lord, and then I didn't fulfill it. And for years, and it was too late. It was too late for me to do what I told the Lord, promised the Lord that I would do. There was no way I could. I had stolen. And I made this promise to the Lord that I would give the money back. I would pay back. But unfortunately, the people that I stole for had passed away. And there was no way I could give it back to them. And I could not find kids. I thought to myself, well, maybe they're kids or whatever. But I guess I need to tell you another thing. I made that oath, and the Lord gave me some years to do it, that they were alive. And finally, but I put it off. Even though God says when you make a vow, you need to fulfill it. I put it off. And finally, when I decided to do it, I discovered they had both died. But then I had this guilt. Because God says, fulfill these vows that you make. Why should I destroy the work of your hands? Why, But there is freedom in Jesus Christ. Jesus died to cover over the stupid things, the sins, the vows that we make.